Long time ago, there lived a woman named Yabo. To everyone outside, she was the image of grace, a devoted wife, a lovely mother to two daughters, Bose and Bola, and a respected figure in her community. But behind closed doors, secrets danced like shadows. Yabo was married to Bodundi, a kind-hearted man, known for his kindness and hard work. Every morning in Amure village began the same way, with laughter in the compound, the distant beat of mortar and pestle, and the smell of fried akara in the compound. In the compound of Yabo and Bodunde, it looked like a perfect family. Bodunde will sweep the yard, his two daughters will prepare for school, and Yabo will sing gospel songs as she packed her basket. However, behind those hymns, Yabo was planning something else. Unbeknownst to Bodunde, his wife had been seeing another man, a charming hustler named Kinde, who promised Yabo passion, luxuries, and escape from her boring life. But Kinde wasn't interested in love. He was interested in what she could give him: food, and keep his bed warm. At first, it was harmless: a glance, a chat, a harmless smile at the roadside seller whose name was unknown to anyone was Kinde. Kinde was everything Bodude wasn't. Kinde was loud, flashy, smooth talking. He wore clothes that smelled like danger and gold chains that danced on his chest like promises. He saw Iyabo loneliness, the kind you can't speak of when you live a perfect life, and he feed it. Every Thursday, Iyabo told Bodunde she was going to the market in Owo town. Food is cheaper there, she said, kissing him on the cheek. However, she didn't go to Owo. She went to Kinde. They met in a small guest house near the out circle of town. He called it our little heaven. Sometimes she told her family she was going for prayer meeting at Holy Revival Church, dressed in her best wrappers, Bible in her hand. She will walk out of the gate with her head higher. However, the Bible was just a prop. Inside her bag, lipstick was there, perfume, and the same dress Kinde once said made her look like a dream. Iyabo grew bolder than guilt, until the lies stuck like firewood in her chest. One day she was sitting thinking, and in her mind she was justified. Bodude is a good man, yes, but he is safe, predictable. Everything about him is about duty, she would say to herself. But Kinde made me feel alive. He complimented me, called me queen, bought me a new phone once, took me out to eat pepper soup at night. Iyabo was living in two words. In one, she was a church-going mother baking shinshin for the women's meeting. In the other, she was dancing under disco lights in Kinde arm, while he whispered dreams into her hair. Why Bodunde had been saving up for years to start a borehole project that would bring clean water to their village. One day, a government official finally handed him a sum of money large enough to start the project and change his family lives. Iyabo and Kinde met at their usual place, but this time he needed cash. Babe, I wouldn't ask if it wasn't serious, he said, smoking by the guest house window. Just 1 million naira. I have got this deal that will double it in 1 month. You got it all back, I swear. You trust me, don't you? He asked. Iyabo panicked, then nodded. But where will I get that kind of money? She asked. Kinde smiled. You are married to that project man. You said government just approved him and gave him money. Or you think I forgot? He asked. Yabo froze. The borehole fund? She asked, with her mouth open. Yabo got home that night. She laid beside Bodundi, watching him sleep. He snored softly, arm around her waist, trusting. In his bag, just under the bed, was the bag of money. She had seen him place it there 3 days ago. Tears filled her eyes, but desire and love overpowered her guilt. By morning, the money was gone. Yabo told Bodundi she was going to church to pray for protection over his project. In truth, she was in room 8 at Sunrise Guest House, handing the money to Kinde in a brown bag. The next day, Bodundi received a call that they start draining next week. Bodundi went to pick the money from under the bed. At first, it was like he was dreaming. Bodundi couldn't find the money. Bodundi searched endlessly for the money, growing pale with stress. Then he asked his wife, Yabo, did you move it? Move what? Yabo asked. The money, he replied. At that moment, her heart stopped. Me? No, you must have misplaced it, she said. Later that night, she sat outside under a shade tree in their compound, biting her nails. Kinde had disappeared. His number switched off. Whispers. The community started asking questions. Bodundi became restless. He cried his eyes out. He kept asking himself, how did the money disappear from under the bed? When the project contractors came looking for their payments, he was confused. He searched the entire house, checked the ceiling, dig into old drawers. He stopped eating. He stopped sleeping. When the prayer became unbearable for Yabo, she made a choice. A choice born from desperation, and then she did the unthinkable. Yabo called Bodundi aside and said, I think Bola took it. I have been watching her. Something is wrong with that girl. I think she took the money. What? Bodundi shouted. What will she do with that kind of money? Bodundi asked. Yabo replied, she is always sneaking around. She even had a boy that came here a week ago. Bola was just a quiet girl. Their second child, who was just 16. She loved drawing and reading novels. Bodundi's heart cracked. Bola was his quiet one, the one who always made him tea when he was tired, who sat beside him doing evening prayers. He confronted her daughter, Bola. Bola denied everything. Father, I will never steal from you, she cried. But the seed of doubt had already been planted. However, the fear of disgrace overwhelmed him. Bodundi didn't tell anyone what had happened. Bodundi was heartbroken, but determined to repay the money. Bodundi sold his motorcycle, then the family television, then the small land beside his father's house. He went to the local money lender and took out a loan with 30% interest, promised to return it in 60 days. Then he started doing the things no one expected. He drove long loaded truck at night, unlicensed, unpaid, transporting palm oil and bag of cement. Anything. Sometimes he will not sleep for days. Sometimes he vomits blood, and he kept going without stopping or tired. His hands began to shake. His weight dropped. However, whenever Bola brought him food, he would smile and said, I am fine, my daughter. God will make a way. But God, it seems he had gone silent. One night, after a journey of 13 hours driving, transporting illegal foil drums, Bodundi collapsed at the wheel. The truck ran into a pit. By the time they pulled his body out, His hands were still grabbing the steering wheel as if he was still trying to fight the battle. The debt killed him, but the lie killed his soul long before that. His body was brought home. At the funeral, Yabo wept loudly crocodile tears. People praised her for her strength. The funeral was painful. Bola didn't cry, not because she wasn't broken, but because she couldn't believe the woman who baited her had let such a terrible thing happen. But Yabo wickedness wasn't done yet. Inside the house, something was burning. Bola was barely 16, and from the day her father died, her life turned into a nightmare. You killed him, Iyabo said loudly, slapping her back. Your thieving hands brought him to his grave. Bola, stunned, said nothing, tears rolling down her eyes. She knew her mother had changed, but she didn't know this version of her. Yabo stopped feeding her, locked the kitchen at night, told neighbors that Bola was a wayward girl, pregnant before marriage. She is a disgrace, Yabo said. Call her all sorts of names and tell lies against her own child. When the money lender returned for their money, banking on the gates, demanding what remained of the debt, Iyabo panicked again. When the knocking was too much, she looked at Bola with a cold eyes and said, "You caused this, fix it." One night, she dressed Bola in a tight black short dress she had bought. "You are going to see Chief," Iyabo said. "He is an old friend of mine. He said he can help if you help him back." Bola understood, her eyes wide. "Help him how?" Bola asked. Yabo grabbed her by the chin. "You are not a virgin anymore, Abi. Don't pretend. Use what you have to get what you want. Your mates are doing it for less." Bola stood in disbelief. "That is my mate, not me," she screamed. "I will not sell my body to pay for something I didn't do, or sell myself for your lies." Yabo slapped her hard. "Then you starve." "Mother, you can starve me, you can beat me, but I will never sell my body to feast your lies." Bola was locked in a room with no light. For 3 days, bread and water slid under the door like she was a prisoner. When she still refused to go, Yabo dragged her to the man's compound herself. The old man's hands were rough. His eyes closed like he was going to die tomorrow. Bola escaped through the back door barefoot. Before Yabo could reach the house, Bola is already at home, standing in front of the house, rubbing her 2 legs with each shoulder. Her elderly sister Bosse, standing beside her, wish she has the power to save her younger sister from the mess. Yabo opened the cracked gates and saw Bola standing. She stopped. She looked back and turned again and looked at her. I thought I left you with Chief just now," she said. "Mother," Bola called, "I will never do such a shameful thing. I know if father is alive, he will never allow it to happen." "Mother, please stop this," Bosse said. With a side of eyes that Yabo looked at her, she was not able to speak another word. "You are going back to Chief, if you like it or not." Bola screamed. "Mother, I've not done it before. I heard it's very painful." "Wow," Yabo said. "That is even good. See, if Chief makes you pure, he may increase the amount or pay all the debts at once." Yabo never listened to her children, and she had forgotten all her evil doing and placed all the blames on her child, who knew nothing about the money. Yabo didn't drag her to the first chief. She dragged her to another chief's house. Bola escaped through the back door again, barefoot, running through the dirty and bush until she reached her teacher's house. She didn't return home for days. Yabo told everyone Bola ran away with a boy. Bose, the older daughter, tried to speak up again. Mother, what you are doing is not right. Shut your mouth, Yabo snapped. I will tell everybody you helped her steal the money. Bose backed down, but she saw everything. She saw how her sister changed, how her eyes lost their spark, how she stopped laughing, stopped drawing, started to look like a stranger. Kehinde came back to the village. He went to a small radio station and a man's voice began to speak. I am here to confess. My life has been miserable for years. From one problem to another. They said I ruined her. But she begged me. She begged me to take that money. Yabo Bodundi, he mentioned her name. She wanted to leave her family, to start over with me. She said her husband was boring and her kids were ungrateful. So I took it and I left. But I didn't steal anything. She gave it, all of it, with her own hands. That voice, people said, it's for Kehinde. Kehinde was live on radio, telling the world everything. Yabo's secret exploded into the airwaves like day fire. The village turned against her. The women crossed the street when they saw her, whispered her name like a ghost story. One Sunday morning, Bola and Bose came home. Yabo rushed outside, desperate, her blouse falling off her shoulders. My daughters, she cried, you have come back to me. Bola stepped forward, tears falling down her eyes uncontrollably. You let him die. Then you tried to kill me slowly. You did such a horrible and terrible things, and you blame me for it. You killed the holy man who ever loved me, the only man who I'll ever rely on, the only pillar I have. You are not a mother. You are a disgrace to all good and merciful mother outside there. Bose added, you don't deserve our love or our forgiveness. They both turned their back. That was the last time Yabo saw her children. Now she sat in the compound surrounded by winds. All her bones shoot out, her eyes hollow. In the end, her lover left. Her husband died for her. Her daughter nearly lost her soul. Moral lesson: you can lie to her husband. You can lie to a wife. You can betray your children. You can cheat on anyone. But truth always finds its way back. And when it does, it burns everything down. Thank you for watching this video. Kindly share your thoughts with me in the comment section. What lesson did you learn from this story? Share this story with your loved ones. And please subscribe to this channel if you've not done so, till I bring another story your way. Bye.